Hey guys, Prowl1701 back, and we're doing part 3 of our beginner's guide for saber collecting. We've already talked about part 1, which was deciding what you wanted out of your saber, and part 2, which was deciding which saber company you wanted to pick from. Part 3, today we're going to look at blade options and blade color options. Now, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on the blades themselves because I have already done a video on blades where I talk about Ultra Saber's blades, Saber Forge blades. I compare them. I compare the different options of Ultra Saber's blades. That's going to be right up here. Click on that little icon up here, and the video will be right up here. I do recommend watching it, though. As somebody don't want to go over all that ground again, that's why I made the first video a few months back. We will quickly rehash it, though. Ultra Sabers, one of the reasons I like them is they offer a mid-grade and a heavy-grade blade, whereas other saber companies just offer one option, usually a heavy-grade blade. Some of them, I think Ultra Sabers, Vader's Vault, and Electro Sabers, I think actually offer a heavier mid-grade. Saber Forge only offers a heavy-grade blade. And a heavy grade blade is twice as thick, has twice the weight, makes the saber twice as heavy, and can throw off your balance point. I prefer a mid-grade blade. Ultra Sabers also offers two different types of blade. They have a mid-grade blade, they have their standard blade, and then they have their Ultra Edge blade. And you'll notice they look different. This one's silver, this one's more white. And they illuminate differently. If you actually see them in action in person, which you will see in the other video that I've done, they do illuminate differently. This one has more of a core effect. This one, the Ultra Edge, is more evenly illuminated all throughout the width of the blade. And then, of course, we have the Saber Forge Infinity blade, which looks similar to the Ultra Edge mid-grade blade, but when you hold them next to each other, you can actually see the difference. This one's whiter. This one's more a creamy milk color, whereas this one's more white. And that's all they really offer. They have a couple other options. They do have day blades, which are colored blades. Like they come in rainbow colors. Like you can get a blue one, or a red one, or a green one, just to enhance your blade color. Shows up better in the day, looks fuller even at night. If you want to go with day blades, I don't have any day blades, but I've considered picking up a couple. Like I said, I'm not really going to talk about blades. The other video covers that really well. We're going to go ahead and move on to blade colors. This is an important part of your saber building process. You have to decide what color do you want your lightsaber blade to be. Now, there's different options. You have options to where you can change your blade colors or just pick a regular color. We're going to start with the lower tier options for most of these companies. Excuse me. Which basically only makes one color available for the saber. We'll start with that and work our way up. This would be the Ultra Sabers, Stunt, or Obsidian Light, or Premium Soundboard, or say the Saber Forged Warrior Champion tier, or even Vader's Vault at the lowest level when your saber's only going to have one blade color. With Ultra Sabers, you can get their standard colors, which are made up of only a single LED, like Guardian Blue, Fire Orange, Adegan Silver, Consular Green, or Blazing Red. One LED can make up these colors. Other colors, like their more premium colors, are made mixing two LEDs. Like this would be your Sunrider's Destiny, your Arctic Blue, your Violet Amethyst, and I think I'm forgetting one somewhere. But the thing you have to remember is if you're picking a color like a purple or Sunrider's Destiny, or even their hidden forum colors like Sentinel Yellow, Power Stone Orange, Bane's Heart, or Dark Violet Amethyst, which are what we call forum colors, because usually only forum members know about them. They're made mixing LEDs, so they're not consistent in the shades they look from hilt to hilt. Example, Dark Violet Amethyst. I've had 3 different Dark Violet Amethyst sabers, and they don't match exactly. Sometimes they look purple, sometimes they look closer to the regular Violet Amethyst. Same thing with, say, Arctic Blue. Sometimes it looks a light blue, sometimes it can have a hint of teal to it. And then it can be like my Bellicose, where it looks almost a bluish gray. So these colors where you're mixing LEDs are always going to be slightly different. Sentinel Yellow is a big problem with Ultra Sabers because a lot of times you'll get a Sentinel Yellow hilt It's red at the top and blue at the base. Not blue, green. It's tinted a little red at the top and tinted a little green at the base because it's made mixing a red and green LED to create yellow. So that the blade, it's not consistent throughout the length of the blade. Whereas in their standard colors, since it's just one LED, are always going to look the same, saber. Also, the standard colors are the only ones you can get the tri-cree options in besides Arctic Blue. Arctic Blue you can as well. And that's another thing you have to look at is whether you want to get the standard LED with, like, say, Guardian Blue, or do you want to get the tri option. The tri is basically 3 LEDs powering it. I do recommend the tri option. I prefer it. I have a catalyst with Tri Guardian Blue and a Dark Prophecy with Tri Blazing Red, and I prefer those over the regular Guardian Blue and the regular Blazing Red. They do make the sabers noticeably brighter, and I like that better. And then, of course, with silver, like a Deegan Silver, you can get color disc, which can change the colors, but it will also dim the blade a bit. Technically, personally, I recommend. I don't like the color filters. The only saber I have in a Deegan Silver is my Sword of Omens from Ultra Sabers, and I just keep it with a silver blade. I think if you're going to want the saber a certain color, just get it in that color. Saber Forge also. Saber Forge actually has a lot of different colors to choose from. Saber Forge has more colors to choose from than Ultra Sabers. They have a lot. They have like 3 different shades of red. They have their regular red, like my Disciples in, which is a bright red, looks a lot like Ultra Saber's Blazing Red. But then they have their deep red, which is a very deep red, more like Darth Vader's saber. You know, it's a red, a blood red. And I'm guessing their medium red is somewhere between the two. They have like 5 or 6 different shades of blue. Oh my god. I have a Saber Forge Prodigy coming in medium blue. It'll get here eventually. But I'm looking forward to seeing that because I think medium blue is going to look really good on it. They have a lot of options. They even do an indigo, and I like that. I would love to get a saber in indigo, kind of a bluish purple. I think that would look good. Anyway, if you just want to go with a single color, go through all the colors, watch reviews. If you're not sure what a saber color looks like, watch reviews, although keeping in mind that the way the saber looks on camera doesn't always reflect the way it looks in real life. Especially with my older iPhone, it never quite looked exactly right on camera. It looks different on camera than it does in real life. Usually you have to look at the area around the saber. Basically, if I'm swinging a saber around with the lights out, the color of the walls is what the color of the saber generally looks like. Usually, not always. So keep that in mind. That's what I did when I was deciding what shade of blue to use for my Saber Forge Prodigy. I watched several videos from the different colored blues and decided medium looked the best to me from what I could see on the videos. You also have other options, like options for multiple blade colors. Ultra Sabers, you have the Emerald option or the Diamond option, where it lets you change your blade color for the saber. Emerald, you do have to hook it up to a computer to change your blade color, and Diamond, you don't. Saber Forge has their Hero tier, which lets you change blade colors. I think you can cycle between, I don't even remember how many blade colors, 6 or 7, I think. I'm not sure. Vader's Vault has an option to upgrade to different blade colors, and I think you can get like around 12 out of it. And you can do that straight from the handle, just like Saber Forge. You can do that from the handle. Theirs, you have to turn the handle kind of like this. Vader's Vault has 2 buttons on it, your power button and an auxiliary button, and pressing them in different ways rotates through your blade colors. I'm really looking forward to getting that on a Revan. Their Revan, the Vader's Vault Revan, looks really good. And then Electrum Sabers, I believe, come standard with multiple blade colors. That's the one I talked about in the last video, that you can do it from the cell phone, or you can do it from the saber itself. You can mess around with the activation box on it and rotate your blade colors, or you can do it from the phone. I think it has like 12 or 13 on it too. So you do have options. If you can't make up your mind what saber you want, you can spend a little extra money. The Electrum Sabers one, I think, comes with the multiple blade color standard, but the others, you have to pay a little extra to get the multiple blade color options, if the money is worth it to you. It just depends on the saber, because a lot of times when I order a saber, I know what color I want it in, and that's really the only color I'm worried about. You know, when I ordered my first Prophecy, I knew I wanted it in Bane's Heart. When I ordered my Archon, my Return of the Jedi Luke Hilt, I knew I only wanted it in green. When I ordered the graphics, I knew I only wanted it in blue. So think that through. But those are just kind of some of your blade options. Go through them carefully, watch reviews on them, make sure you're getting a color you like. Like, some people will ask me with Ultra Sabers, do you prefer Guardian Blue or Arctic Blue? Guardian Blue is their darker blue, Arctic Blue is their lighter blue. And then they have Sunrider's Destiny, but that's more of a teal color. Like, think of like a 90s Corolla, you know? I prefer the Guardian Blue, by the way. But the Arctic Blue looks good. The Arctic Blue I keep on my Graphics, because for me, the Arctic Blue is more that original trilogy light blue, whereas Guardian Blue is more that episode 3 dark blue. And as I said, Saberforge has like 5 different shades of blue. They have like a light blue, a medium blue, a deep blue, an Arctic blue, a cyan. They have all sorts of blues. So it's not just deciding what color you want, but what shade of that color you want. They have like 3 different greens. They have green, mint green, and lime green. And then they have 3 different kinds of red. They have a regular orange, a blood orange. Even Ultra Sabers has a fire orange, which is a light orange, and a Pyrostone orange, which is another one of those ones, since it's made by mixing LEDs, that varies from hilt to hilt. I've had one Pyrostone orange that was barely darker than fire orange. I've had another one that was a deep, dark, Sith-looking red, which looked phenomenal on a Scorpion. Anyway, that's about it. If you want to know more about the blade types, check out that other video I have up there. I didn't really want to cover all that again. That's why I made the first video. If you have any questions about blade colors, blades, anything, ask down in the comments below. Let me know what you think. Want to hit 1,000, click the subscribe button, click the like button, leave me feedback, good or bad. Help me make the channel better. And most importantly, thank you for watching.